Yo, it's Hovain Hilton, Brooklyn's own. Check me out on the Bootleg Kev Podcast. Yeah.
Bootleg Kev Podcast, special guest in here, Hovain.
What's up, my brother?
Welcome.
Welcome, man. Thank you for having me, man.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Good to see you keep doing your thing.
Likewise.
I met you. You was here. Then you went to another place. Everywhere you go, you win.
I was bouncing around.
All you do is win.
Yes, for sure.
You're bouncing around, but you're not bouncing down.
I've been in LA now since 2017, early 2017.
You're bouncing around. You're not bouncing down.
Not bouncing down is what is important, my friend.
Very.
And same with you. I feel like you keep leveling up.
I try to, man. God is good, man.
You know, it's crazy because I feel like, you know, when you're good people and you have good relationships, like no matter what transpires, like you're always going to end up on top.
I feel like if you work hard, you're a good person, keep your face clean, you believe in God, anything can happen.
Yeah. It's crazy too because you had even, do you remember when you were starting to interview artists? Didn't you do a Rick Ross interview?
I did a Rick Ross interview that went crazy. It went viral, TMZ everywhere.
Didn't you?
I want to get back to that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you like.
I want to get back to I did 5. I did Charlemagne, I did Lenny S, I did Ross, I did Jeezy, and I did Wex, who was the head of Adidas at the time. For
people who don't know who you are, kind of give us a breakdown. Who is Hovain? What do you do?
I'm a talent manager and I'm a music executive. I'm a dot connector as much as I hate
You are
that
a
phrase.
dot connector?
Yeah, like a lot of times, like I have relationships and I have respectable relationships with people. Somebody might call me like, hey, you know this person? Or hey, do you know somebody at Nike? Could you put me together? Or do you know this person? Do you know somebody at Mercedes? And I just facilitate it and I just put the two parties together.
What is some of your talent roster that you work with on a regular basis? Obviously, you work with Cinematic and Johnny Shipes.
Cinematic, Johnny Shipes, that's the home. You know, I'm the president of Cinematic, the management company. We have Paris Bryant, who's in the house right now. We have, I have Styles P. I have Lloyd Banks, Spinner Benz, KB Mike, a bunch of artists.
Laquel,
We was managing T-Pain for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Badass was with us for a minute. I had Wale for a second. Busta Rhymes.
Does it get to a point where you can be managing too many artists at once?
No, because it's a team. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
it's not like you're the sole.
Yeah, it's not like I'm the sole. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I delegate properly, I have somebody that's going to be in place with them, and all I got to do is make the call or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's never. I don't think it's too many people.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes you'll see like somebody like they'll have like 6 artists they're managing, and you're like, but they were like handling a lot of it on their own.
That's almost impossible. There's not enough time in the day. If you want to give people the
proper
attention they deserve, you got to have a team. So I'm lucky and blessed that I have a team of great people that work with me.
100%, man. How did you initially kind of get your foot into the music game? Like, take us to the beginning of like your career.
Shit, the beginning, I just had one artist. Like, you know, it was my homeboy. He was rapping, and it kind of like the situation called for a manager, and it was just like, all right, cool, you're the manager. So from there,
so that was like the origin of you just getting involved in the industry.
Music,
period.
Yeah, 100%. We started
BSB.
Yeah, we started music shit together.
I feel like managing artists is like kind of like a blanket statement a lot of people make in terms of like, yeah, I manage an artist, or I do A&R shit, or okay, give me kind of like, if you're an artist manager, what are your tasks? Like, what is like, define that for me.
You have to enhance the situation, whatever they have going on. Like, a lot of times people come up to you and be like, hey, I need management. And I'm like, you don't really have anything to manage yet. You know what I'm saying? There's no demand. There's no deals to make. There's no interest. There's no revenue that need to be brought in. So you don't need a manager. And I'd probably assess their situation and tell them what they do need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't need management till they get to a point where it's something to manage.
So essentially you're just putting gasoline on whatever fire's already there.
Yeah, and you're using your leverage and your relationships to take it to another level. Like, if you come to me and you're a 7, my job is to make you a 10. You know what I'm saying? Maximize and build your talents and give you my tutelage and show you the way to be the best artist you could possibly be. A manager is like a bridge to the other side of your potential. You know what I'm saying? So you might be making 100,000 a year, a month. Let me show you and do these things so we can maximize that. And now we're making 500,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Give you a bunch of strategies and a bunch of disciplinary tools to get to where you need to go. But at the end of the day, it's the artist and the talent that is the driving the ship. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of like Siri. That's
got you. Is it? You know what? It's crazy too because dealing with artists,
it's not a magic button. People think managers are a magic button. Like
it's also. Well, I think what it is what some people fuck up is they get a manager and then they stop doing the work.
Yeah, that's not it. That's what I'm saying. The artist is the car. The manager is
the GPS.
The GPS. Make this road smoother, lead you to the right way, guide you. You're going off track now. This is the way we need to get to where we need to get to, or show you exactly. Like some people don't even have a plan for themselves, so I'm going to show you where you and your talent can get you to, and this is the way we need to do it to get to this part.
You almost want an artist who kind of self-manages as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I mean, like I've seen it where there's like people who they really need their hand held through every little step of the way.
And every artist is different. Some people need a little more hand holding than others. Some people are totally self-sufficient. And some artists are like, they call in the morning, yo, get up, yo, you have a thing today, yo, your flight, here's the itinerary. Some people I could just shoot a text and be like, yo, I'm on my way there. And the artist might be like, yo, I'm there already. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, so you just play it by, I guess you just kind of play it.
It's a la carte. There's no one managing style that fits every artist.
That's real. That's fair. Yeah. For you, like if someone's watching this who's like an up and coming rapper, up and coming singer, like there's so many. What is that noise? Is it coming in from that room? Is that the UFC fight?
Yeah, I was like wondering.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Watching UFC on YouTube.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, is Sports Center been playing in my ear? But just in terms of like, the music industry is always changing. We always hear about like, I was just saying like South by Southwest is next week. And I'm like, man, you know how many young up and coming artists are about to get taken advantage of next week?
Yeah, man. South by Southwest used to be a jungle.
They're going to drop a bag on some shitty stage that ain't going to do nothing for them. But in terms of like the things that you see artists making mistakes with, maybe like financially, because nowadays you can buy your way onto playlists. Mm-hmm. You can buy streams.
That shit is not sustainable though.
You can fake the funk.
That's not sustainable. You could do all these things, right? Say like you buy streams, and then you have to actually go out on the road and go on a tour. And you can't sell no tickets, so it doesn't equate. All right, you got 7 million monthly listeners, but you can't fill a 500 cap room.
Right.
It's like you can fake it, but eventually the proof is in the pudding.
On the back end, are you guys able to see if someone's full of shit with their streams?
100%. We know. you know.
So let's say you guys are interested. Have you ever been interested in an artist and saw their metrics and been like, oh, the music is dope, but then check their numbers and they were fugazi?
You check their numbers and the eye test doesn't fool. You start to look, you be like, yo, the comments don't match. X amount of people are not talking about this.
Especially on the YouTube is very telling. Well, if you got fake YouTube views, you
can see it.
And then even if you got a bunch of comments, if they're fucking Russian bots or whatever, you're like,
yeah. Like if you really do your homework and don't just get blinded by numbers, and you dig a little deep, and you have some type of common sense about you could tell. You look, you be like, nah, this is not real.
Ah, man.
You know when something feels real. Like you've been you've been in this game long enough to know when something's organic.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And you have enough relationships and friends in certain markets. Like if something going on in New York, you gonna call me. Yeah. Oh, is this heating up out here? Is this really moving? Right. And like I would do that for you in markets years.
Right.
And you'd be like, nah, no, I don't know. I never heard it.
I be seeing that shit all the time, bro. Someone will say, man, yo, I got 3 million views on my video, and I'll check it. This shit got like 11 comments. I'm like, bro.
Man. It's nasty. It's just put the work in, man. Just put the work in.
But I mean, then you have the other side of the coin where you'll hear artists saying that even major labels are beefing up the numbers, are juicing the numbers.
They've been. That's not. You act like we didn't know record labels used to buy copies when it was vinyls and CDs back in the day. There's nothing new. It's just the digital age. It's easier.
It's the same thing. Yeah, they used to go buy out record stores to try to get.
Yo, look, what's his projections? Yo, he's gonna be 100,000 short of doing
number one.
yo, we're gonna go buy those. It's gonna be sitting in a warehouse somewhere, and we're gonna do it. This is nothing new. They've been doing it. Record labels been doing this. This ain't new shit. It's just in a digital format now.
How do you, I think the biggest thing that like is like a wall that a lot of rappers will hit that they maybe don't necessarily understand is the playlist shit, is the Spotify shit. It's like, it feels like almost, I'm sure for a lot of artists, like an impossible task to get on some playlists.
I think I tell artists all the time, man, don't focus on getting the attention of industry people and playlisters. Focus on one fan a day. You know what I'm saying? You focus on growing your fan base. You might have 10 fans. Cater to them and grow them fans. Don't focus on nothing outside of your control, because all you're going to end up getting is taken advantage of by people who say, I can get you on this playlist.
Yeah, because if you focus on the fans and you build, I mean, that all that other shit's gonna come.
It's gonna come.
But if you're not,
they're gonna see, oh, he got a craziest following. Let me put him on this playlist because it's gonna help us. You know what I mean?
I think Russ is somebody who probably initially had that perspective, because he used to just. He always talks about how he used to email all the blogs and they would never give him no fucking attention. And then once he started just focusing on his world, things he could control. It
sounds so corny and cliche. Like, I be telling people stuff, and like, even like, I teach a college class, and I be telling people like, yo, what you get in what you put out. You get what you put in. Like, it's the cliche.
It's the truth.
It's the truth, dog. Don't focus on people like, yo, how can I get your attention, big dog? Don't worry about me. Get the fans up, and when our fans start going crazy, I'm going to see it, and I'm going to come holler at you. Don't focus on getting nobody in the music, but people do that because they think, if I have you, it's going to be easy. No, just do the work. Focus on your fan base, making organic fans, creating organic fan interactions. Focus on growing your merch base, having people trained that they have to buy stuff from you. Focus on doing shows locally and growing your shows and selling hard tickets, training your fan base to do that, and just grow it. Don't focus on getting the attention of no music industry person or no playlist.
Yo, talk about, like, for you, the transparency between the artists and like major record labels, and what a major record label deal would look like typically has been like as high as ever. You see like Meek Mill talking about it, YG talks about it. NBA Youngboy just called out Atlantic Records like for a month straight, and then did like, my thing is like, if you kind of give people like an idea, because I don't think a lot of people understand like how an advance works, and I think all those artists who get
it's a loan. It's a loan. It's a shitty loan. It's a loan that very shitty. It's because if I finance a house for you, right? You buy a house. After you pay it back, you own the house, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even after that money is recouped,
that's the word. It's the worst shit.
Yeah. So a loan is like advance is just a loan with, like you said, shitty terms. But a lot of times these artists are in destitute and impoverished situations, so they're gonna take anything and sign anything. It's not the label's fault per se. It's a little predatory.
It's predatory for sure.
It's predatory, but that's why you're supposed to have a good lawyer or a manager.
Yeah, I think
I can't fault nobody for falling for anything you signed.
Yeah, you signed it.
There's layers between.
Like when Megan, like the whole Megan thing with Carl Crawford's going, I'm like, yo, you signed the deal,
and you're supposed to have management, and you're supposed to have a lawyer who looks out for that. If you failed those two things, you got to say, you know what, I hired the wrong team and I signed the wrong deal. It was my fault. Is the label was gonna do what the label was gonna do? They've been doing this. This is not nothing new. You getting tricked by antics that they did since the start of music. People was complaining about deals and contracts in the 1940s.
Yeah.
So it's like, you see this, but you decide to forego that, or you don't have the right people to explain it to you, and you sign that deal. And if it's fucked up, you have to be a man or a woman to say, yo, my team that I hired, or my team that was given to me that I didn't investigate, allowed me to sign this, and it's fucked up, and I wanted to change. But don't say, yo, they took advantage of me. They gave you something that they would give anybody.
And they also, I mean, you took the bat. Like, my thing is,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what? When you was fucked up and you had $100 in your pocket and they told you they was gonna give you an advance of $700,000, you was like, give it to me. I'm gonna sign it. You know what I'm saying? That's like people.
I'll figure out the rest later.
It's like people who have a bad attitude at a store, but like, yo, when you were at your job interview, I'm pretty sure you weren't like this.
Right.
You were really happy to have
like
this opportunity.
Like the shit Meek Mill be saying. I'm like, yo, Meek. Every time you turn in an album, you know your advance is in the 7 figures. So it's like, you know what it is. Like, I don't know what a Meek Mill album is worth nowadays from the label's perspective. He's at least getting at least $2 to $5 million check every time. No, I love Meek, but I
also think though you can outperform your contract. I definitely feel like
so if you outperform your contract, there should be some sort of clause where
I believe
there should be almost like sports.
I believe
the contract ain't up yet, but we need to renegotiate.
Let's keep it fair.
Kyler Murray right now.
Yeah, Kyler Murray. Let's keep it fair because some of these artists they sign these deals when they're
young, when they're unknown.
They're unknown. They're in a fucked up situation. Give me the bag. Then, like we said, it's predatory of the label. They might make this label hundreds of millions of dollars. Y'all can say, you know what?
We got to switch this up.
Let's adjust this. Let's be fair, but there's nobody to hold the music people accountable for that. Like, it's just...
there's a very few people who do that kind of shit. I feel like Shipes is the kind of guy who will do that.
Shipes is like, yo, you know what? We need to fix this up. You know what I'm saying? I'm very artist friendly. Let's fix this deal up. You know what I'm saying?
No, in terms of like, you want people to stay with you too.
Yeah, you just want to be a good human being, a fair person. Like, yo, listen, I'm all for getting money. I love getting money. Getting money gives you freedom to do the things you need to do. But you don't want to take nothing from nobody else out of somebody else's pocket. You know what I'm saying? Let that person get what they're earned and what's fair to them as well.
Who's been for you like? You know, I think during the pandemic, there's been like some MVPs, man. On the rapper side, who's kind of been your pandemic MVP?
Shit, pandemic MVP. Man, I don't know. It's been a couple MVPs. The hands down MVP of the pandemic has been Versus. D-Nice and Versus.
No, D-Nice early on for sure. He had it, but the Versus.
Tory Lanez was the MVP.
Tory Lanez until the feats.
Yeah, shout out to Tory Lanez.
The alleged feats.
Yeah, the alleged feats. He was probably him. Tory Lanez was it. D-Nice,
I just mean in terms of like, I don't know. I look at guys like, I think Freddie's up there, Conway's up there.
Oh, I mean, Conway's gonna do what he.
I just mean like, yo, like, yeah, I just feel like output as artists, like.
I don't know, man. It wasn't nobody that really seized the moment that grabbed it, like that put a feeling or like when we look back.
Lil Baby maybe.
But Lil Baby was hot before.
Nah, but I feel like it just went to another level.
He was hot before. He's gonna be hot after. Lil Baby's special. I'm just saying, like, it's nobody that 10 years from now we're gonna look back and like, yo, this is the sound of those 2 years.
True.
Maybe Kendrick could drop an album and it embodies.
I feel like we're past it. I feel like
we're past it.
They dropped the mask mandate in LA. I said, all right, finally.
It's back.
Is it mandated in New York still?
They just dropped it on the 7th.
Are you still a Knicks fan or are you a Nets fan?
Nets, baby. Brooklyn Nets.
So you jumped ship?
I've been a Brooklyn Nets fan since the day they came to Brooklyn.
The day. Are you sure it was the day?
100%. I went to their first game. I was at their first game. Shout out to Adidas. Shout out to John Wexler. I was at their first game in the Adidas suite. So first day when they came to Brooklyn, I'm rocking with them. I'm from Brooklyn before I'm from New York.
What's up with everyone who was on BSB?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk to anybody?
I don't know.
Lito?
No, Lito's that's the crow.
I love Lito, man.
Yeah, Lito good. He just started doing music again. Lito.
Yeah, what the fuck? Lito had some momentum.
Lito's running around, man. Lito had to get himself together. He got himself together now. He back at it. He kind of fell out of love for music. You know what
that makes sense. It
was like, yo, I'm good. I don't want to talk about his money, but he's in a good place. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? He got in a good place, and he's like, man, fuck music. But now he kind of itching. He getting
Would you manage Lito again?
100%.
I love Lito.
100%. That's a layup. Whenever he's ready. You hear that, Lito? Whenever you're ready.
It's good to go.
Yeah, whenever you're ready. It's a certain people that, like, you know.
Yo, we got to take a break in the interview real quick. Tell you about our folks at MyBookie, man. This is my favorite time of the year to gamble. I love gambling on sports. And if you've been thinking about putting your toe into the pool, come and join me at MyBookie, okay? Right now, we're doing a promotion at MyBookie. It's crazy. When you sign up for a new account and you make your first deposit, they will match that deposit up to $1,000. It is March Madness. The NCAA tournament is here. The brackets is getting filled out. What I need y'all to do also is go on to MyBookie. When you sign up, they got their My Bracket promotion going on. It's pretty crazy. So essentially, you sign up for My Bracket. First place grand prize winner gets a Bitcoin, a whole Bitcoin. Second place gets some crazy ass NFT that's worth a shit ton of money. I don't know shit about NFTs. Third place, $100,000 in cash and prizes. So what are you doing? Go to MyBookie right now, man. Get in on some of this March Madness, some of this NBA action. I wonder what the odds were on Tom Brady coming back from retirement. Sheesh. MyBookie.ag. Use that promo code BOOTLEG, BOOTLEG, one word. When you sign up, and your first deposit will be matched up to $1,000 in free money. Let's get back to the interview. For young managers watching this who maybe have an undiscovered talent that they're trying to break, like whoever it might be, whatever city it might be, and what would be advice you'd give them?
Formulate a team. That's one. Like, you need a team. You need a social media person, social media, digital marketing. You need a cameraman. You need a producer. You need an engineer. You need a PR person. The PR person can come a little bit later on when you need it. Formulate a team and start building. Create a plan and stick to it. Don't have no plan Bs. Believe in God. Keep it fair. Keep it ethical and work hard.
Don't take everything on by yourself.
No, it's impossible.
Yeah,
it's impossible. You have a team. You know what I'm saying? You have people that help.
When PR come, when does, because a lot of times I think I see artists do the PR thing too soon.
As needed. I would say as needed. Just like cooking. At what do they say? To taste when needed. When you get to the point where your faces need to be seen in your city and you need to be at every party and you need to be in the mix, you need to know the right shit, then you get a PR. When people are calling, asking for interviews for you and shit like that, then you need a PR. Until then, you don't need it. But the other things you need a videographer trailing you every day, studio sessions, you need an engineer, you need a producer, and you need a digital marketer. And after you get to that point, you need a playlister.
What's a digital marketer?
Somebody who, you see these things on these websites and stuff.
Our generation, getting you those looks.
You think these should just happen organically?
Of course not.
Yeah, so there's somebody who has a relationship with these people. They're kind of like somebody who used to work records at radio. Mm-hmm. They have a relationship across the country with the DJs.
What is a playlister?
A playlister is somebody who help you get on playlists. You know what I'm saying? They have a
user curated playlists as well. Because user curated playlists are very important. They're kind of like a
100%.
All these things cost money.
Everything. So save your money.
What is that a dollar let's say what's the minimum dollar amount somebody should try to save up before they really start trying to build that shit out? Because those aren't cheap things to put together.
I mean,
you might be able to get a free videographer who's young and hungry.
Somebody that's starting out, that's young, that believes in you. Right. Just same with your engineers, same with the producer. Y'all all believe in each other.
The playlisting and the digital marketing is where. So what's that dollar amount you think minimum?
A good digital guy is going to be at least $1,500, $2,500 a campaign. Okay. And then you're going to need money to actually give that person to run the campaigns.
Their incentive to do it.
We're going to see these videos out and we're going to do this content and it's going to cost X amount. We're going to buy this amount of Google ad. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you need actual money to give that person.
Will the digital marketer handle your YouTube ads?
Yes.
Okay.
A good one.
Which is important.
Yeah, TrueView.
TrueView. What's TrueView?
TrueView is it's like when you see, say a Snoop Dogg video come on, mm-hmm. and after it, right into it, a YG or somebody video come on, like something that's very similar algorithms, you want to piggyback off that algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So when you see a high performing video that comes right after it, you know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. So what do you think about five bands? Let's say I want to drop a single.
If you want to drop a single, you want to drop a project.
Single.
A single, I say you should have $10,000. $10,000. And that's low.
That's on the low end.
Make sure your single's mixed and mastered. Make sure you got money to shoot a decent video. You get a decent video shot for cheap. You don't got to.
Yeah.
You get a decent video shot for cheap. Then you need somebody who's going to work it at the playlist level. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody who's going to service it.
Well, there it is.
And then another person on the team, when you see how your team gets so big, mm-hmm. You're like, damn, why this person got all these people? You need somebody who is going to pitch your shit for syncs too. The movies and TVs, that's a bag as well. A sync person.
The sync thing is
sync is cool
serious.
because they work off of commission, a lot of them. So it's like,
if they don't get you nothing,
if they don't get you nothing, you don't pay them nothing. But
so these people you're talking about, if someone's in Wichita, Kansas, and they don't know any, how do you find these people?
Nigga, if you're in Wichita, Kansas, you got to go where these people are.
You got to go to New York, got to go to LA.
Yeah, that's like any job. If I'm trying to be an actor,
you got to get the fuck out of Wichita.
It's a good chance that I'm not going to be an actor in Wichita. I'm going to have to move to LA or New York to come get noticed. So if you take your craft seriously, you got to go where the people are.
Are you the type of manager who will work with an artist based strictly on how good the music is and maybe there's no numbers behind
100%. it? I'm not a number chaser. Sometimes you got to go with your feeling. It's like baseball. Like everything's now is like not by the coach can't really call. It's all analytic based.
It's all analytic based. Yeah, Moneyball shit.
Yeah, that's not how you feel a star. Like you get that star quality when you see them, when you meet them. You know what I'm saying? Watching them interact with people, watching them perform. So that can't be dictated by numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's a feeling.
That is, that's real. I think that's.
You want to do a mix. You want to be a hybrid. You definitely don't want to start. I know me at this point, I'm too busy to start with artists who are at a 0. So if you're at a 4 or 5, I can help. But if you got 12 Instagram followers, it's like I can't do that. And there's other managers at this point that can and are willing to do.
Have you done that where like someone will come to you and you're like, yo, I see the potential, but I can't take this on right now.
Every day.
Let me lob this to someone else.
Every day.
Who's like some of the other managers that you fuck with that you?
Man, it's a lot. I don't want to leave nobody out and they get offended. I fuck with a lot of managers, man.
Hey, who's your big homie in the manager game?
See, I don't really have a big homie. I had somebody I looked up to immensely. Rest in peace, Chris Lighty. But like, I don't have no big homie. It wasn't nobody.
In terms of just like somebody who mentored you.
Nobody.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? At the time when I was really trying to understand music, I wasn't around a bunch of managers. I was luckily enough around a bunch of executives. Like I was hanging with Sycamore every day. We were going to Hop Crib. Joey IE and Tom Moskowitz used to let me sit in their office at Asylum, like picking up on deals and what's going on and shit like that. I wasn't around no managers. But like Wayno's not a manager no more.
Great guy.
Executive.
Love
you know
Wayno. Love Wayno.
But like these are my friends, like the people of the culture. I
love Wayno, man.
Yeah, Wayno's a great guy.
Yeah. Yo, we got to stop the interview real quick. Shout out to our presenting sponsor, Odd Socks, baby. Hey, man, listen. All I keep on my ass is Odd Socks drawers. All I keep on my feet are Odd Socks. You know why? Because they're the most comfortable socks in the world. And I'm not just saying this because they promote the podcast. I'm telling you, the socks are crazy. They got all the licenses. Look, they got Halloween socks. They have Back to the Future socks. They got fucking Twizzler socks. Old Dirty Bastard socks. RIP to ODB. All right, they also got their drawers if you want to wear some underwear with pizza on them. Whatever you need. But my favorite are the Odd Socks Basics, baby. These are just the plain boys. These, to me, are the most comfortable socks in the world. All right? So trust me when I say go to oddsocksofficial.com. Thank me later when you go to checkout, buying the most comfortable socks in the world. Get some WWE socks, too. I just saw a sneak peek of the new WWE line, and they're fucking insane. In-fucking-sane. Go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code Bootleg Kev. That's one word together. Bootleg Kev. We should talk to them about shortening that. Bootleg Kev is the promo code. You will get 20% off at checkout. One more time, go to oddsocksofficial.com. Save 20% off using that promo code Bootleg Kev. Let's get back to the interview. Obviously, you work with Cinematic, but would you ever start your own imprint again?
Yeah, you see the dope thing about how the deal is with Shipes, like I still have my own management outside. Like I manage Lloyd Banks and
Styles away from Cinematic. Yeah,
Hovain doing good management. So you know what I'm saying. Like I manage people on the outside of that. So I never stopped having my own thing.
I mean, just like a record label though.
Oh, record label? I think that might be my next phase.
Like finding an artist and really just breaking them.
I think that might be my next phase. I think how you see artists. Not artists. You see executives kind of like doing that nowadays, like the Tom Moskowitz, how he's with Gucci and Lior, how he's with Thug, how you have one guy. That might be my next phase, like finding artists and signing him to me, and that might be my next thing.
Shout out to Hovain. Where are you teaching at?
Kingsborough Community College. I teach a college course on the business of music.
Once a week?
No, not once a week no more. It's semester based, but it was 10 weeks, a 10-week semester. Uh-huh. So I did it 2 times. I'm doing it again. We're coming back in the middle of April, and I'm going to have nothing but female guest hosts.
Oh, fire.
Yeah, last semester I had Charlamagne, B-Dot, Rob Markman, Shipes did it.
Was this in person or on Zoom?
On Zoom because of the COVID.
Much easier to get.
Yeah, it's easy.
Like, yo, hop on a Zoom real quick.
Yeah. So I used to be every Monday for 10 weeks, hour and a half class. So I talk to the kids about different shit. I have Shipes coming to them talking about entrepreneurship. B-Dot talking to them about podcasts and the media. Right. Talking to them about journalism. So
right.
They learned every aspect of the music. I had our CFO come talk to them about mechanical royalties and payments, and like they learned every aspect of music. So this semester I'm gonna have nothing but female managers, A&Rs. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's crazy because you mentioned the royalties and mechanicals and all that shit. I do feel like the pub side of the music industry,
it's unknown.
Well, it's it just feels like the most confusing.
100%. Yo, I sit down with my CFO, the CFO of our company, and he gives me like a class to myself. I'm still learning as somebody who's been in this game, and you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that he told me that I don't really fully understand, and I go home and do some homework and read on it. Like, hey, what could I read? Can you show me some contracts that, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot to learn, and you have to want to learn it. That's why I be saying, like, you can't let nobody take advantage of you because the information is out there. You just gotta want
go on YouTube.
Yeah, bro,
everything.
YouTube University.
Everything is on YouTube.
Yeah, bro. Like it's just a matter if do you want to sit there and do you want to do the work?
Yeah, that's really all it is.
Or you want to entrust in someone to tell you, and that person might be dishonest, or they might not know. Like information is free, man, and I'm a person I like to learn. I'm a teacher and a student.
Yeah, man. I think a lot of people that like. I feel like the internet has removed all excuses.
There's no reason for you not to know anything. I tell my daughters all the time, don't tell me I don't know. There's no reason you don't know something.
That's some real shit, man. That's some real shit. Well, listen, Hovain, is there anything else you got coming?
Oh, man, just got a bunch of music coming this year from all of my artists. Stay tuned. See you at the Smokers Club Fest.
What was that? Is that the 20th?
4:30.
Or 4:30, okay.
4:30.
That's in LA. Wiz is headlining.
Wiz headline. Well, I don't even know if Wiz headlining because Lupe Fiasco's doing the whole food and liquor. They just added Chief Keef.
Listen, it's a Smokers Club show, and it's in April. Wiz is headlining.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, it's going to be crazy. There's a lot of headliners.
I'm just letting you know. He's the first name on the flyer.
Yeah. There's a lot of headliners. Man, I'm happy to get back on the road this year. It's going to be a lot of good things, man.
Maybe you're going to try to get in the podcast game?
I want to, man. I just got to make time. I want to bring Best Seat in the House back. I definitely want to have you on and you talk about your story because your story is one that people might not know. I want to do that. That's what I've been telling myself. I want to learn how to DJ, and I want to get back to my podcast this year. I wrote those down. And
DJ and podcast.
Yeah, like learn how to DJ.
You could be the manager / tour DJ.
Not even tour DJ. I want to be the guy that does like this. You know how they be having
Twitch.
Like Bismarcky come through.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace. Like here come through.
Yo, KP Kawan Prather. Shout out to KP. KP's getting a DJ bag.
See,
bro, a bag.
See, Shaq come through DJ. Payne come through DJ. I want to just like come provide the vibe to a couple of dope places.
I respect
Soho
it.
House. Yeah, I just want. You know, I respect what you do. You're a DJ.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy Hovain, man. Go check him. What's your whole IG?
Hovain.
It's just at Hovain.
At Hovain, everything. At Hovain, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all that. I ain't got no Twitch. You
don't have Twitch? Not yet. Not until you learn how to DJ.
Games.
No, but you can DJ on Twitch when you learn. Yeah,
I'm
there
DJ
it is.
on Twitch.
Boom.